I am here to talk to you today about coagulase and mannitol salt, which is part of the Staphylococcus identification. So with the Staphylococcus identification, these organisms are going to be gram-positive, coccus, catalase positive. So what we want to do with the mannitol salt and the coagulase is differentiate the Staphylococcus organisms. So first, let's talk about the mannitol salt agar plate. This is mannitol salt agar. Please make sure you get the right plate out of your kit. So I've already taken the tape off of the plate and I'm ready to use it. But before I begin, let's talk a little bit about mannitol salt agar. So first of all, it contains a 7.5% sodium chloride concentration, which may not seem like a lot, but when you think about the organism being smaller than the tip of a pen, then yeah. So here's the point of my Sharpie. So smaller than that, 7.5% is a lot of salt concentration. So if an organism can survive in this 7.5 sodium chloride concentration, it tells us that the organism is salt tolerant and that, or it can be considered a halophile. So that's very good information to know when you are distinguishing organisms. Also, this plate has mannitol in it, which is fermentable, which means it can be broken down. So when something ferments on this plate, it turns yellow. So we are looking for the evidence of fermentation. So that also tells us a lot about the organism as we are finding out what these organisms are. All right, so the other test would be our coagulase tube. So notice this is a liquid. So if it becomes solid, it means that it has the it means it has the enzyme coagulase, and coagulase clots blood or blood components. So of course, in this tube, we're using rabbit plasma. We're using plasma instead of blood because, you know, the dangers in using blood. So this is rabbit plasma, and since it is a blood component, if the organism that I'm going to inoculate in here, if it has coagulase, if it's positive, then of course it's going to clot. So it will be a solid and not a liquid. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to inoculate my mannitol salt agar plate. So I'm going to put my gloves on. And yes, you're seeing half of my face because I want to show you how to get your sample, your nasal sample. So this is our cotton tip swabs that it's in your lab kit. And there are two in here, so we're going to use both. So I'm going to open it and take out the cotton tip applicator. All right, so now I'm going to use this to just go into my nose, swirl it around to get my sample. And now I'm going to inoculate my plate simply by not breaking the agar, but just rolling it on the plate. Okay, just like that. So now my mannitol salt agar plate is complete because it is inoculated. Now I'm going to use my other cotton tip swab and I'm going to go into my other nostril, roll it around. Now my nose is already kind of running because of my allergies, but if you want, you can blow your nose. I should have told you that first. You can blow your nose first if you want, but you don't have to. Now I'm going to take my coagulase tube and open it. Take this and simply insert to the bottom and then come out. And then put the top back on. All right, you see that I did not lose any liquid. Whoops, sorry. There it is. I didn't lose any liquid. It's still in there, okay? So now I'm going to place my cotton tip swabs I'm going to place them in the trash. I'm going to tape my mannitol salt agar plate and put it in my my incubator box and place it somewhere where it will not be disturbed. So taping my plate. All right. And now I will put these together and incubate. And of course, when I incubate, I'm going to incubate food side up. This is inverted. So this is food side up, incubate. And this, when I incubate this, I'm gonna leave this standing just like so and incubate for about 2 days. I always check them in 2 days to see if there's growth. So that's it. So you can check back for results and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.